I'm trying to see if anybody's going to come in here. I don't know. I'm practicing this for my garage, for my little YouTube channel show. See if anybody comes. How you doing? Say something. See here. I don't know if you guys can see the car. There it is. I only have a short cable right now. Figured I'd try a live and see if I could get some people to come in and talk and say hello. I guess I can you guys hear what I'm saying? Do I have to type everything? Can you guys hear me whenever I'm speaking? Wow, that's cool to hear. Thank you. It's just a AirBook, an Apple AirBook. I got a hardwired Ethernet cable from the house I ran. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't sure if I had to keep typing or what. I got your comments right here on the side. It's kind of neat. I was trying to figure out how to share to multiple groups into Facebook, but I don't know how. I mean, it was only allowing me one, so I put it in mine. Cool. So you guys got cars and stuff? Any pictures? I know 55 Chevy. You said you had one. You got any links or anything that I can go check out your car? How about you, JJ? Somebody else is being awful shy. They're not saying anything. I got four whole people in here. Man, that's a shame. My buddy back home, Joe Kramer, man, he had a beautiful F100. I'm not even a Ford guy, and I loved his truck. It was a beauty. I think he still has it, actually. He refinished it in high school, and I think he still has it to this day. My buddy Dave was telling me he still had it. I don't know. I haven't seen him in years. I know 55. You said you had a Chevy Tri 5 too. Do you have a link so I could check it out? Or? I got the wiring harness is supposed to be coming for this thing. I called them a week ago, and I guess this COVID, so it's behind. I can't wait till that comes. I'm gonna get a jerry can. I want to start that engine up. I haven't heard it run in like 9 months. Yo, what's up, Speed Shop? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping by, man. This is my first time trying this live stuff. All right, cool. I changed the name of my Instagram. If any of you guys have Instagram, it's BW's Garage. You can go over there. And you can send me messages over there. We can hook up. I'll give you guys emails and stuff. Yeah, it is slow. I called the guy. He's still working from home. They have people working at the factory building the wiring harnesses, but he said, man, it's slow going. He told me I was about 2 or 3 weeks out. I think that was last week, and I ordered it over a month ago. I got the windows, the rear side windows. I'm dying to try out. I'm kind of waiting to talk to the Tri-5 guy. He was going to help me with that job a little bit because it's a little dicey. That was the hardest job on this whole car, was bending that window and double folding it. I don't know if you guys saw that video or not, man. That was a struggle. That was my third try. But if you ever do it, scribe the metal before you bend it. It makes life a lot easier. Yeah, it's coming along, man. It's coming along. Like I was telling these guys, I'm dying to start the engine up. I mean, I got the new fuel cell and stuff, but I'm not going to hook that up yet. I'm just going to get like a jerry can. I'm going to have my buddy come over. I got to get a starter for it. I figured I'd call Speedway up. I got the transmission and the flywheel and everything off of them. They'll know exactly what I need. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I have the channel. It's underneath my workbench. I've had it for, man, I bet you I had it over a year. I just haven't put it in yet. I got that last year. I bought lower pillars patches. I'm going to end up selling them online because I was able to fix mine. And when I got the window channel, I got those. They're right here. I don't know if you guys need them or know somebody who needs them, but I got the bottom ends of the pillars for patches. But yeah, the channel's in a tube. It's underneath the bench right here. It's all the way in the back. I can't pull that out. I'll make a mess. But I'm going to start that this weekend, I think. You know, keep the videos going. I'm going to still try to do 2 a week, but I'm getting ready to rehab a house on top of my full-time job and doing the car. So I'm going to do like 2 nights with the car, 2 nights rehabbing the house, 1 night to recover. Try to keep busy. I'm still figuring out how I want to put that window channel in. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill little tiny holes in it. And I'm going to use that spot welding feature on that welder. I just found that the other day. I mean, I've been welding almost 30 years, and I seen them guys doing it on a YouTube video with some kind of Oriental video or something, and every time it just zap and it would make a little zap tack, and I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. I went out and looked at my welder, and it had the feature on there. That was the first time I ever tried that the other night. It works good. If you're not a regular welder, try it out. I mean, you don't have to be. You just point the tungsten, get your tungsten sharp, point it, and you push the trigger, and it only flashes, and then it goes off. You know, just one little quick flash. It ain't like it stays lit. It's pretty neat. You know, get some junk metal and practice with it. That's what I did. I'm talking you guys' ear off. Is your 55 a gasser, or is it just or is it just like a stock or? Yeah, the welds are solid. It's really neat. I mean, you don't even need a filler metal. It's just I'm gonna have to look up the video. I seen it on YouTube, and I saw it, and it was like they were working with real flimsy metal, and I was amazed by it. I'm like, maybe that'll work on sheet metal. I wish I had that feature, and I got the book out for that welder, and sure enough, I had it. And you can't break it. I think I still have that piece. Just give me a second. It's over here on the bench. Yeah. I don't know if you guys could see it. I mean, it's kind of dirty. I don't know if you guys could see it, but you can't break it. It just melts the 2 pieces together. Now this was just a practice piece. It's a little dirty looking, but the ones actually inside the light, they're actually a little bit better because one side of the metal was higher than the other. So I would just zap it and it melted down into the other piece. Did a really good job. It's got like a teeth pattern down in there, but it's I got my head up in there the best I could. So it's welded. You can't break this one, so I imagine you can't break them. Pretty neat. Oh, we lost a couple guys. That's all right. Do I still use the bronze to heat? Oh, on some, it depends on what I'm doing. The vice grips. Yeah, I got those. They're around. They're over here. Eastwood. I don't know if you guys can hear me all the way over, but East. I think I got these. I either got them from Eastwood or Amazon. But yeah, it's got a bronze on it, and it's got a fork, so you just nail it. When I can use it, I do use it. But like in these channels on the trunk, the double lip, the forks don't fit, so I couldn't do it. Now you could get a chill rod, like a piece of aluminum or something, and just lay it in there. But I mean, as long as you got the welder turned down, this is just a precaution. I've been welding 30 years. I still use this because I mean, I welded high pressure steam lines and fabrication of equipment and stuff like that. I never really welded on sheet metal, but I mean, I can. You just got to turn the temperatures down and play with it. It's all practice. I'm not half as good as I used to be because I transferred to a different shop down at work, and I don't weld, only when I really have to. But it's one of them things, man. You don't lose it. But I'm 50 years old, and I've been welding since I've been 12. My dad had his own weld shop. I used to run tacks for him. I'm not blind, but I'm welder's blind. You can't really see the puddle like you used to. But yeah, these are cool. Oh man, that's great, Chevelle Ranch. That's cool. You want to exchange ideas or anything like that? I can tell you what I've figured out so far. The one thing I'm going to be putting out another video of what I did to the car before I actually made the YouTube channel. There's the car there if you guys want to get a good look at it. But I'm going to put videos out because I got tons of pictures. This coach is brand new. I mean, the inside quarters, outside quarters, rockers, floors, firewall. I mean, every piece of sheet metal on this car is brand new except for the trunk, the roof, the pillars, and the front clip I made out of the old stuff during the height of this pandemic. I couldn't get any parts. They come out so nice. I got to try to use it. I got to sand it up because the whole bottom of that one fender on the driver's side, it's all putty. So I'm going to get a big patch and patch it and fix it right. And hopefully it comes out because, I mean, that front tilt nose, man, that come out good. I'm proud of that job. But, yeah. You want to exchange some ideas or you need some information, man, hit me up. I'll tell you what I know or what I figured out. Maybe you can help me out because, dude, this is the first time I ever built a car. I'm winging it. Every time it comes to something, I'm grateful. I got my two buddies down the street. They own their own service station. And the one guy used to do body work, so he'll come up and check on me. And his brother will come up and help me mechanically, Kevin and Mike. So they're great guys. They help me out along the way. If you go to Facebook and look up, let me see the exact name of the group. It's Winters Gasser Build, I think. Yeah, Winters, Winters, 1955 Gasser Build. And that's my car. That's my page. Join up and go into photos. And there's some videos from way back, before I started. When I put that video out last week, the very first thing I did was get that front frame kit off of John Teinberg. And once I welded that on, I'm all excited. My buddy Guy come down, and he had a big diesel truck at the time, and we towed this thing up to Pottstown. It's about 40 minutes from here, and this guy put it in his media blast. He called me like 2 weeks later. He's like, dude, this is a quartered car. Get a new car. I mean, my heart sank. That's why it got its name, Sad News. I about in tears when he told me the news, So I started calling the car Sad News. But I brought it home. But before I brought it home, because he said, I'll just finish sandblasting the top portion, let you get a real good look at it. And I scheduled to pick it up in like 2 weeks. And you'll look on that Winters Gasser Build on Facebook. I built my own car rotisserie. I'm going to put that all in the next video, pictures of it. I was, trying to keep busy. My car wasn't here and I had an empty garage. And I found free plans online. It's called just like the boots, Red Wing, but it's a rotisserie, and it was free plans. So I went down to the metal yard. I went down to Harbor Freight, got some cylinders. I actually used I built the car rotisserie from scratch, and I actually used the car rotisserie to lift the body off here in the garage and slide the frame out. I got pictures of that too. I'll put it all up there next video. And when I did that, I pulled it up. I thought, I'll fix it. It doesn't matter. I can weld anything. Man, I looked at it. There was more holes in that floor. And then, like I said, the whole car was quartered. There was actually a weld down the about a foot in. There was a, here, let me get the package tray. I still got the old package tray here. I was going to use as a reference. I was going to use it as a reference when I do the window channel this weekend. So I pulled it back in. I don't know if you guys could see this seam across here, but that's how far in the car was quartered. The floor, the side, both posts. The only thing left quartered on that car right now is one of the back seat brackets and the upright bracket. That's the only thing left quartered on the car. Everything else I replaced. So it's a brand new, basically a brand new coach. But I mean, it was a lot of work. But even as this sheet metal cost a lot of money, but even as much as this sheet metal cost, I still saved myself about $8,000 doing it, $10,000 doing it myself. So. The front tilt, I actually, if you go to my channel, I tried my best to put a playlist together with all the videos because, I mean, it took a lot of orchestrating to build that. The only parts I had to source from Amazon was the linear bearings. And it took about 3 weeks for them because this was in the height of the pandemic, what's going on. So I just took, if I had a longer cord, I'd take the computer over there, but I can't reach it. This, like I was saying to you guys earlier, this fender on the driver's side, it's bad. There's like a 1/4 inch of putty on the top that doesn't need to be there. I couldn't get the hood net to align just right. Everything else is perfect. So I got to get some patch pieces because I want to use it. It come out so nice. I mean, look, it's a race type car, but I'm 50 years old. I'm not going to race it. I mean, should I put, if I was going to race it, I'd put a fiberglass tilt on it. But it rolls forward a foot before it goes up, before you have to take it up. And it's really cool. So, I mean, yeah, but the videos, there's a playlist. There's also, you could just randomly go through and check the videos. I think the name of the video, the very first time I tilted it forward is called as If It Tilts, It Tilts. But I actually, building of the brackets, I made different sets of tracks for the top. I'm still not happy with the ones that are on there, but they work really good. But I don't like the way they look. So I'm trying to come up with a way to make them look nicer whenever the hood's up at a car show or something like that. But yeah. That's cool. What else? I used the bearings I'm using on it are called Hudson bearings. They're okay. They're not the strongest either. I was thinking about going with a little caster wheel. I'm still kicking around ideas. It does slide work and it works great. I'm looking like aesthetically, like when people look at my car, I don't want them to think I did a hatchet job. I want it to look, You know what? You're right, JJ. I need to start doing that. I will put. I'll start putting a link to my Facebook. If you go, I thought it was in my channel, but it might not be. Let me look and see. I don't know if I can access my channel while I'm live on my phone, but I'm looking at it. Let's see. Video playlist. Yeah, I can't see it. I'm going to. I know it's on my Instagram, but I will start doing that. Yeah, it's called Winter's Gasser Build 1955 Gasser Build. But I will start putting links in there for my Instagram and for that. I need to start doing stuff like that. Yeah, it's $1,700 for the tilt nose Chevelle Ranch. 1,700. I was looking at them, and you'd have to me now. This is just me. You'd have to put your own hood scoop on it too, because the only thing that they offer is the induction, and that's too new school for a car like this. At least to me, it is. I mean, I guess it's all a matter of taste. But I looked at them with. That's the only hood scoop they offer is a 3-inch cow, and then like you said, you can buy like a $600 one, but they don't look very good. There's one for sale on Marketplace right now, and it's in Norristown, like it's right up the street. But it's cracked in half, and the guy wants $500 for it. It's like, even if you could fix it, you're going to chase that crack the rest of your life. It's like, dude, you're trying to sell trash, Yeah, but I'm, and you know what? Let me position the thing. I got the car too far over. You'd be surprised. Everybody's like heavy, maybe for racing heavy, but dude, that's not heavy to lift forward. And those linear bearings I selected, you'll see them in the video. Somebody commented on them. I got to look. I got a new phone, and I'm trying to find where I bought it so I could put the Amazon link on there. And I'm going to find it and put it on there for you guys in case somebody wants to use those ones. Because what you'll see is a lot of guys use those. I call them kitchen rails, where it's a piece of pipe. It's like 1.25 inches long, and the bearing rides on it. But they're real big and bulky. And I didn't like it. I wanted something streamlined. And I actually got the idea from where I work. We have a similar setup. And the linear bearings they use for the machine on that are just like these, except the ones I got, the blocks are bigger. So they could take a little bit more, because I was worried about, the suspension and everything moving around. I mean, I'm no engineer. I just took a guess at it. The ones we had at work are kind of small. Mine are they're in millimeters, but I would like to say they're like 2.5 by 6. They're a little pricey, but to me, they're worth it because it brings everything in close. And I had that 3/16 plate laying behind the bench, so I was able to make templates of my frame. And that way it mirrors my frame. When I paint it black, people shouldn't be able to tell that it's a sliding nose. It's only when I actually am parked and I pull it out and tilt it up. Yeah. I mean, this is it for me. I mean, I love building this car. It's hard to get noticed on YouTube, but I don't really, if I get a lot of people, that's great. But I like talking to people about cars, like just bull crapping with you guys. What, we got 5 people in here? I don't care. Talking cars with somebody. I mean, I haven't been to a car show this year. It's crazy. You can't do anything, So, yeah, but other than that, everything's going good. And if you need anything, just reach out, Chevelle. I mean, I'll tell you what I know. And like I said, if you need, ideas or anything, the only thing I was not comfortable with on this. Oh no, one person can tilt mine, no problem. I can slide that. I can take the pins out. I got a pin down at the bottom, and when you check the video out, you'll see I take the pins out. I can slide that thing forward with 2 fingers. I mean, it slides like a ball bearing toolbox. When I say that on that video, I'm not joking. And then picking it up, and I mean, I'm not as strong as I used to be. I mean, and I don't have any problem with it. It's just the only thing I found is I still want to weld the inside seams. I just got tacks right now. There's still work. I'm going to start working on the tilt nose again pretty soon when I start needing to wait for parts, because there's a lot of work left to do, like beefing it up and stuff, but it's good. But yeah, it might be. You check it out. All I can do is tell you, check it out, and I'll tell you what I did and how I did it. I actually used, like what do they call those, motorcycle straps or whatever, the little ratcheting things. I bolted the fenders on with no inner fenders, and then I used the ratcheting things to kind of like squeeze them together. And I put the hood on there. I just climbed up under their little pieces of plate and tacked. When I got the hood positioned the way I wanted, I tacked them all. I had wooden legs and everything holding it until I got it just where I wanted it. A lot of it's just what was eyeballed. That's what I come up with. I had the steel is 1/8 inch, one by one beam, 1/8 inch, and I used that because it's what I used when I cut the floor out. I had a whole bunch of structure welded in there to kind of hold the car together, and it was the material I had laying around the garage. I used everything I had here. The only thing I had to wait for was those bearings. Hey, Jamie, how you doing, buddy? No, yes. They dragged initially. Here, I'll show you. Hold on a minute. If you look on your cow, you'll see these. I just drilled them off. That's that tapped hole. That's what your fender bolts to on the top of the cow, and it was dragging on these, and it was dragging on the side a little tiny bit. And the only thing I cut out on the fender was the structure, it's like a channel piece. If you look at your inside of your fender, it's like a channel piece. I just notched where it was dragging, and that got rid of it. I can take that off because I'm not using any of it. So I'm probably going to take the rest of it off, but I just notched it till it started sliding in and out until it didn't hit. And plus, you'll notice the tracks, I just built them out of, I think it's 1.5 inch aluminum pipe, 1.25 inch or 1.5 inch. I had that over in the shed. I don't even know where I got that. I had that for years. It had like the aluminum stuff all over it. It took me a day just to polish it up to where I could weld it. But I used that as the track, and then I ran them Hudson bearings. And a Hudson bearing, it's like a cast. It's a ball. It's just instead of a wheel, it's a ball that rolls. And it has the reason I wanted to use that is it has an adjustable bolt, 5/16. I think it's 5/16 adjustable, 5/16/18. Yeah, adjustable bolt. And then I used like a coupler, like a rod coupler. I made a homemade one out of. I don't know where it's at. I had a piece of not all thread, round rod here, and I just drilled it and tapped it. And that way I played with the height to get to the point is I played with the height until the hood looked right and it didn't hit nothing and slid in and out. And that's how I got mine to stop dragging the cow. And it doesn't hit at all now. Come out really good. My plans for the inside's 2 bucket seats and a nice stick shift. I'm going to carpet it. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I don't know if any of you guys watch the Tri-5 guy. He's a super nice guy. Him and I talk all the time on Facebook Messenger and stuff. And he's got plans for backseat delete. He's probably going to share with me. We'll see how that goes. And he's going to help me with these. I have the side glass windows, like I was telling you guys in past videos, and I have the rubber in the house. Just kind of waiting until he's available. I just put the internet into my garage, and now that I have it here, I could talk to him, and he can get some content out of it. I can get a little bit of content out of it. We're kind of collaborating that way. He's a really solid guy, man. Check his channel out. It's called the Tri-5 Guy. Good dude. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm trying to make mine as old school as I can. Yo, what's going on, Chris? How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm trying live out for the first time. I put a computer wire out here, and because I've been, where I got the TV and the cable, I said, let me get an Ethernet cable out here and see how this live goes. It won't let me. I guess YouTube don't allow me to go live with my phone unless you have 1,000 subscribers. So I can't even walk around the car right now. But I am going to get a longer cord so I can walk the computer around the car. And what else? And I can't. I tried scheduling it, and then it went. I had to delete it and then just go live because I guess you have to have a software. You can go live with a computer, but you have to go live right away. And if you want to schedule it, you need to have some kind of software that I don't have. So it took me a couple tries. I had to delete a couple times before I got on here. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I texted Fiano and Messenger to let him know I was trying it. I don't. He might be busy. You know, he's got a lot going on right now, so we'll see. Fiano's the Tri-5 guy I was telling you guys about. Solid person. This is Chris from Ironhead Garage talking. He's also building the 55 Chevelle Ranch. I don't know if you've seen him. He's got a nice, sweet thing going on over there in his garage. He's got, well, Chris, you could tell him. Yeah, he's building a 55. We got another guy that we all kind of like look at each other's videos and stuff and all talk and stuff. Mike, he's got a thing going on. He's over there. His name, his shop is Fuel Fire Garage, I think it is. Is that it, Chris? The Fuel Fire Garage? Yes, he is. All right, 55. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Thank you. Oh, I got there's a shop over in Jersey, right across the bridge, built my rear for me. I got a 9-inch rear. It's a Yukon nodular center section. It's 456 gears. The front end should come off the ground when I dump the clutch. Either that or something's going to break, one or the other. I know exactly where maximum torque on my engine is. It's at 4,100 RPMs, and it's 510 foot-pounds of torque. I got a 5-speed transmission in there. I went with the 5-speed so that I could get, the RPMs down because I got such a tall gear in the back. And I also got some really big tires in the back. I got some nice tall tires. I think they're 30s or 31s. I don't know. They might even be 32s. They're Mickey Thompsons. But, yeah, I did a custom job on that Chevelle. You can go back to my very beginning videos. I actually cut 2 feet out of the driver's side frame. It was rotted out. I built, and it was right into where it goes up. It's a really cool fix, man. Check it out. My buddy Neil helped me out with that. He has a big bend brake, and he broke the parts for me where I made templates. I have them right here. So here's inside and outside channels of the frame on the driver's side. He broke them for me here, and then I welded these pieces on here. And here's my inside piece and my outside piece, put them together, and I built H-frames inside the frame and put it all back together. Because I moved my springs underneath the frame, and I didn't like those pockets. I did it custom. I built a set of perches, and I put a hole in the, if you look underneath where the spring hangs underneath on the back, I took them rivets off. But before I did, I put a piece of 1/2-inch copper inside the rubber and dropped the string line down to find the center of the frame and drilled a hole through the frame. It's a really good video. It's like the second or third one. There's like 2 or 3 of them. Now, they're very early videos before I had any kind of personality on here. I'm still learning about, that kind of stuff, but it's really cool if you want to see how I moved my springs underneath versus I don't like those pockets. It's just not for me. But yeah, and here's the template for my sliding tilt nose for the plates that I made that I bolted the bearing packs to. I got the track bolted to the frame, and I got these bolted to the and that's the upright for the tilt is welded on here, and this slides forward to let it go out. So I hold on to all my templates just for talking. Like when my buddies come over and they want to know how I did stuff, I just hand them stuff and say, "There, I did it with this." I just practice and coming up with ideas. Watch live here. This is, hey, Jose, how you doing? Yeah, Olds rears, man. That's old school, brother. Yeah, everybody used to run them Olds rear ends, man. That is old school. I thought about it, but I knew a guy who knew a guy, and he built me that. He built me that rear custom. You know what I did? I cut the old rear out, and when I got the rear cut out, it was all out of there. I had everything up. I used wooden blocks, and I bought my tires and rims, and I blocked my tires and rims up under the wheel housings, and I put them right where I wanted them to be. And then I measured face to face, rim face to rim face, and he was able to build me the rear off of that. Really cool. Yeah. Like I said, I got that TKO 600 transmission. Well, that's all right. I mean, it's old. Oldsmobile rear ends was it back in the day. Well, you know that. That's why you got it. I mean, that was the stuff back then. Yeah. Tell you, like for the front, I would have had no idea what to do with the straight axle frame and stuff like that. I got a hold of that John Teinberg guy, man, because I didn't know. And you can watch that video. Now, Chris, he built his own, and he did a hell of a, excuse me, I don't like to cuss on the internet. He did a really nice job on his. So, you know, like I said, take a look. He built his own. But me, I'm a geometry guy, and I don't want to this. And when he told me I could go down this highway 70 miles an hour at one hand on the steering wheel, that's all I needed to hear. And that's why I got the 5th gear too, to get them RPMs down. But, you know, I still got a little bit of, if I want to party at the track, that's the way I look at it. You bet, Chris. You do good work, man. These guys check you out, man. Hey, man, how you doing from Aston, PA to the Florida Keys? How you doing, man? Yeah, I understand that too. Is your center section, is it nodular? Are you going with like a rat? You getting a big block or? 100? You know, I seen I belong to a bunch of Facebook groups for like 55 Chevy, Northeastern American gassers, and all these guys. And I saw something I never seen before on a front straight axle car. Guy put sliders on there. You guys know what I'm talking about? The sliders for the springs. First time I ever seen that, man. That's got to be sketchy. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? That's like where the springs will. You guys know. I know what you know what I'm talking about. Nice. Yeah, your transmission's nicer than mine, Chevelle Ranch. I got the TKO 600. I'd have liked to have a Douglas Nash myself. That's a nice transmission. I was looking at what's the other, Richmond. I was looking at a Richmond, man. They were like almost $2,000 more than the TKO. I mean, I got that TKO 600 on sale from Speedway. I think I paid $3,500, but they gave me the Lakewood housing. It's got a McLeod clutch, hydraulic. I'm going hydraulic. I didn't want to deal with a bunch of linkage and stuff. You know, it's so easy to set. It's just feeler gauges, man. I got the shims in the drawer in case I did it wrong. I don't think I did, but everybody's like, "Oh, you got to put the Loctite on there." Wait, you know, I bought the special bolts for the flywheel, and the flywheel bolts come with a special grease they demand you use. So what do you use? Do you use the Loctite so the thing don't come through the floor and get you, or do you use the grease that came with it? My buddy told me don't worry about it, so I didn't worry about it. My big block, Chevelle Ranch, I got the 468 big block. There's a early video. It's like the 8, I think it's part 8. It's on the dyno. The actual numbers were 510 foot-pounds of torque at 4,100 RPMs. And then the valves started floating open at 5750. And that was at 486 horsepower. And the guy told me that when you get it in open air and the rings finished seating, he said it'll be right at 500. I bought that engine off of Craigslist. Yeah, it was kind of sketchy. I took my buddy with me with a bore scope. The only thing we knew for a fact is there was brand new pistons in there because we ran the borescope down and took a peek around. That's all we could really see. And I got it for a steal, you know. I mean, I know the guy built it for something else. I don't know what he built it for, but I just sent it straight down the engine shop. I'm grateful I did too, because I ain't a motorhead. I can build stuff, but I'm a little sketchy on that. And he found some stuff. It kept on backfiring through the carburetor. He tried rejetting it a couple times. That didn't do it. So he ended up having to put those Moroso indexing washers and on the spark plugs because there's dome pistons in there and it wasn't jiving. And it ran good after that. And it also, as soon as he got into the throttle, oil pressure would go up and then it would start going right back down. Well, somebody just jammed the pickup tube in there. So when the oil would drop down as the RPMs went up, it started sucking air and bringing it down. So he changed the oil pump and welded the pickup tube in there for me. And come out really good. I mean, that engine sounds mean. Check it out. Yeah. I got legitimate numbers. When somebody asks me something, I know exactly what it is, and that's what I wanted. So it didn't cost that much to have that guy go through it either. You know, it was well worth it to me. I'd have put that thing in and it had been backfiring. I wouldn't have known what to do. He fixed it. Nice. That's a nice truck. That's a nice price. $1,100. Lucky day. All right. Yeah, I'm going to try to do this live a little more often. I like talking to you guys, man. I get a comment here and a comment there. It's kind of nice to be able to. I hope I'm not rambling too much. And just I'll tell you anything I can tell you about the car. I love this thing, man. It's my pride and joy. This is my little sanctuary out here. I set myself up. I got a ceiling fan. I haven't been running the little air conditioner that much. It works great in the evening, but in the heat of the day, nah. I got to build boxes around those garage doors, you know, because it's just the air just gets through. But that little air conditioner slash heater, it can heat this whole garage up to about 65 in the wintertime. That's pretty good, especially when it's 20 out. Yeah, I got a solid flat tappet too. Yep. Yeah, everything's the same. The only thing I don't like on mine is that I'm going to get a new intake eventually. I mean, the intake just isn't. The guy put about a pound of silicone on it. It doesn't look nice. I don't think it's quite right, but I think we have the same engine. Hey JJ, thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm trying, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. It's my little sanctuary, Chris. This is where I hang out, man. It's like, and the wife comes out once in a while. I don't know if you guys seen some of her paintings, man. But look over there. I mean, see that Mr. Horsepower to straight on look. I was thinking about putting that right in the front of the car. You know what I mean? That way, if I come up on somebody, it's right there. So I don't know. She's a good girl, man. She come out there. That's all one shot pinstriping paint. You know. So, yeah, she does all right. She's working on that toolbox a little bit at a time. It's in the house. I can't keep it out here because it'll get dust settling into the paint. So it's in the house. She's working on it. I don't know if anybody, it's one of them things. Old school guys for like a car show to have that toolbox in your trunk. When you lift the trunk up, you got a hand painted Mr. Horsepower on it. It's kind of popular around here. I don't know about everywhere else, but I thought it'd be a cool giveaway to try to bring some people in, you know. Yeah, the cross ram's bad to the bone. I was thinking about getting Chris got the on his, he's got the dual intake and it's cool, man. It's a tunnel ram. I was thinking about getting that. If I do get one, I'm going to keep looking. I really want the center, the 600 pair of 600 center squirters on there, man. Old school. What were you painting, Chris? I know you're doing some grinding over there too. Are you fighting that dust rust? I don't know. Well, I don't know how humid it is in your area. Around here, it gets real humid, man. When that grinding dust settles, if you don't clean it up right away, it's rust, but it's dust. Oh, okay, cool. I haven't even seam sealed yet. It's like where I cut the back light lens to make the lights fit real nice. I'm going to get up in there, and everywhere there's weld, I'm going to seam seal the inside just so no moisture or nothing. And then I can go ahead and body work the outside however I want. That's just in case, there's any pinholes, anything. I'm just going to fill it all up with seam sealer on the inside. Oh. Yeah. You're lucky that way. Out here, man, it's a wet heat. Like it was, even if it's only like 85, but if the humidity's 80%, you can't even breathe. Yeah, you gotta have air conditioning if you're in Arizona. I got friends out there, man. You gotta have something. It's like out here in the wintertime, we have to have heat. In the summertime, you guys, you have to have air conditioning just to survive. I think they only allow an hour. We got 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure anyway. Yeah, it's 47. Yeah, we got 13 minutes. What? Because I think they are going to boot me after an hour. I'm not sure. That's what all I was doing was watching you. How do you live stream videos? Because I mean, like already told you guys, I'm like a caveman on a rocket ship, man. This technology stuff. Like I said, I had to delete like 3 of these things because I tried to pre-schedule it, but I don't have the right software. I just have to hit the live button and hope for the best. Oh, dude, you got to get an AC. I got this this little air conditioner that got a little round blow tube. The upright ones. They're everywhere. I think I got it at Costco. It was like I don't know. I don't even think it was $200. And it's got heat, dehumidifier, and air conditioning. And air conditioning's nice if I'm like right here by it in the heat of the day, but everywhere else in the garage because the sun hits them 2 doors. I got to get a set of blankets and build a box around them roll-ups, and then I think I'll be in good shape because I got 1.5 or 1.25 or 1.5 foam everywhere else, except I got to finish it over there. Yeah, dude, it's like I just go with the flow, man. I start hitting buttons. What's the worst that could happen? That's at first I was afraid to touch anything technical, even these smartphones or anything. I'm like, who cares, man? I just start hitting buttons now. I don't care if it works, it works. If it don't, we'll try something else. Can't go through life worrying about it. Trying to catch up with these kids, man. Yeah, sometimes. Did you seam seal all yours yet, Chris, or are you just painting it right now? You're going to seam seal everything, right? Oh, dude. That's rough. I mean, I got the same problem here. And from about, I don't know, 11 o'clock on through mid-after, the sun's right on these 2 brown doors. It's like a radiant heat no matter what. This little air conditioner don't stand a chance. I put that ceiling fan on 5. I got that rolling. Sometimes I just stop and go in the house, and I'll come out and work in the evening. I try to be respectful to my neighbors. I try to stop around 9 o'clock because the big air compressor thumping, me pounding on metal. I know I'd be ticked off if I was a neighbor didn't want to listen to that stuff. So I stop at 9. So that I got a short window. I got about 4 hours. I can really get some stuff done. That's cool. Yeah, me too. Like I said, everywhere there's a weld, I'm putting a seam seal just in case there's a little pinhole or something. Jam it all up with seam, paint the crap out of it, and then seam seal it. Yep. My buddy come over and looked. He told me he's a body guy. He said, "Man, you're hanging a sheet metal. It's just we might put a thin film on everything and block it, and that's just stamping marks and stuff like that. He said it's coming out really good, so we'll see. All right. 10 ain't bad, I guess, but I don't know. I'm old, Chris. I'm in bed at 10. I gotta be at work early, man, and they get me good sometimes, you know. I got a lot of area to cover, so I gotta pay the bills, you know. I appreciate that, Chevelle Ranch. I really do, man. Like I say, check out the early ones and how I did my springs and stuff. Like I said, this almost took the heart out of me when I had to replace 2 foot of frame, but we managed it. I hear you, brother. I hear you. It don't get easier either, man. Every year, it hurts a little bit more. And I try not to worry about it. Now I got this rash on my face. I don't know what the heck it is. I'm going to the doctor next week to find out about that. I don't know. Now, do you have any videos up, Chevelle Ranch? You'll manage, man. You'll manage. The quarter, you know, if you can save like if you look at Chris's, he was able to. I mean, he got a clean one though, man. Mine was a quartered mess. I mean, but if you can save as much as metal as you can, save as much as you can. I mean, the stamp stuff is really nice. It's clean, but it's not as heavy as the old stuff. So if there's, you know, if you can save from here up, save it. You know, I don't know about you, but I'm keeping my skirts on mine. I love that look. I mean, a lot of guys will radius, and you know, I'm kind of like a purist in the sense that not really because I'm building a gasser, but I'm a purist gasser in the sense that, you know, those guys, they radius that wheels because they didn't bother to move the springs under. They needed a bigger tire, so they went this way. But if you got, you know, you did the engineering and you moved the springs underneath, it just looks meaner to me hiding that little bit of tire, you know. And I went with them. I got 3.5-inch back spacing because I love the deep rim look. I didn't want the rims out. I wanted them deep in there as far as I could get them, you know. I could have went a little bit more, I guess, but not much. I got about 12 inches of tire on the ground. You can get 13.5. But you're really pushing it because then your sidewall is at least 15, and that's, I mean, you hit the wrong way and you rub. So I just went the safe way, and I mean I got a good inch on each side. Yeah, go with a patch if you can. I mean, I went with complete inside quarters, complete outside corners, and let me tell you, it's tricky when you get up into that package tray area. They got some spot welds in places where I don't know how they got it there, you know, but they got it there. I mean, I had to drill at it. We got it. I got videos of that. There is picture. I think it's more pictures. And like I said, I'm putting together these videos of what I did before I actually had a YouTube channel. You know, I actually started the channel. I was trying to log my car, and the next thing you know, a couple people started watching, and I'm like, oh, all right, well, everybody come on in then. Let's do this. Why not? So I'm hoping to grow the channel. We're going to see. I don't know. I mean, a lot of guys, you know, I don't have the logistics, I guess is the right word, to be moving cars in and out. Not right now. I mean, maybe down the road, but not right now. It's like I got this project, and, you know, some people, I guess, want to see cars in it. Like some guys are moving cars in, moving cars out. You know what I mean? And they got great shows. I mean, they're a lot of fun to watch. I watch that guy. I don't know if any of you guys watch Dee Dee Speed Shop up there. I love that guy's show, man. I mean, he's a riot, man. I'm going to go get some supper. And he's getting a new car every other week. He's giving away I don't know if you guys seen it, but he's giving away a 55 Chevy. He's got a 4-door 55 Chevy. It's a sweet hot rod, though, even though it's a 4-door. He's got sponsors that gave him an EFI fuel injected system. He's got brand new Kragers. He just redid the floor. New carpeting. He had an upholstery guy fix all the upholstery. It's a nice car. And he's just, as soon as he hits 57,000 subscribers, he's giving it to somebody. I think that's really cool. Yeah, that's true, Chris. Hey, man, you got to start somewhere, right? Yeah, when I bought my inside quarters, you can buy brand new inside quarters with the tubs already on it, the mini tubs already on it. So I did that. Why buy new ones and then have to hack them up here at the house? I bought a brand new floor, brand new trunk pan, brand new inside quarters, and the only thing I had to trim was the front floor. I had to trim it for to accept the tubs, and everything was done. And Joe from Real Deal Steel, he sent me the pattern, man. He's a really cool guy. He's like, here, he mailed me the pattern, and I have it somewhere. Dude, I haven't thrown any papers away. You can see I still got my templates. I got the paper in there somewhere. It's like tissue paper. He actually made me templates where to cut the floor, because he will do it for you and send a full floor with it already welded to the trunk, but then they get destroyed. He's like, look, man, it's going to get bent. He's like, just buy the trunk pan, buy the floor, and you just got to trim 2 pieces. And that was good enough. So yeah, Joe from Real Deal Steel, solid guy, man. Yeah, I know. I seen that, Chris. He got a 68 Satellite, man. It's cool. I can't believe he's bought another Dodge. Like, man, come on, dude. You're a Chevy guy. And he's got that 56 Chevy. I've been waiting for him to pull the 56 in the garage. I guess it's in mothballs somewhere. I don't know. I appreciate that, Hammer. I'm trying. I'm working on just the one car and moving through the phases of it. I don't even know if I'm doing everything in the correct order. I never built a car, but I'm doing, I'm just like this weekend, I'm going to try to put this window channel in and see how it goes. We'll see. I got to see if I get my boy over here, because that's the only piece of glass I have out in the garage is the back glass. And I can, kind of eyeball to make sure. I think I know exactly where it goes, but, just to make me more comfortable. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I'm trying. We'll see. I'll tell you guys what, them transition pieces, they're still not done. I mean, they're the smallest piece of sheet metal. It's a lot of work. It's not the hardest job I did yet, though. Folding that window is the hardest job I've done. I can't tell you. It's 2 folds, and it's on a radius. And it took 2 tries, and the 3rd try, I finally let me score the metal. And then it folded real nice for me. But it cracked in a couple places from where I scored too much, so I just put a little TIG welds in there. I'll probably use that little spot welding feature. Yeah, like I said, I bought the glass for that. They might kick me off in 30 seconds. If they don't, I'll keep talking to you guys. I don't care. Yeah, I'm going to try to get the Tri-5 guys help with the side glass, because he's done that a couple times. Yes, and it's crazy how they do that stuff. Yep. They you think, okay, so the quarter is so long, and you got to watch this. I mean, these things are a mile long, and it's. And when I was putting it on there, man, I'm watching this thing go like this, and I'm like, and I had to take the sheet metal out. The sheet metal for the quarter panel, if you're replacing the window, like I did here, just to get rid of those quartering seams where they cut the car in half to glue another car on there, the sheet metal goes 4 inches up underneath the hood of the car. And you have to either take everything apart on the inside to get to the welds. And I didn't want to do that. So I just methodically chiseled and worked it back and forth. It took almost a full day to get them all, but I chiseled each one out very carefully without denting the roof. And so, and then, because initially I just I cut a little bit down, so there's only a half inch of metal going up in. Hindsight 2020, I would have tried to get more up in there, but it's good enough. It's up in there. The water isn't going to climb up. It's, so it's good. But yeah, that's what I ended up doing there. Oh, Chris, you can go live right now with whatever subs you have, but you have to do it on your computer. It won't let you go live on your phone until you have like where you could walk around, like the Vice Grip Garage. He's running around doing a car while somebody's doing the cell phone live. You have to have at least 1,000. But on your computer, you can go live anytime you want. And I found I had to delete like 3 times before I could get it going. And it turned out that you have to have some kind of software if you want to like schedule it. Like whenever DD Speed Shop puts out there, hey, I'm going live at 8:30, or the Vice Grip Garage does it, I'm going live at 8:30. They pre-schedule it. You got to have some kind of software. I'm going to look more into it. But you don't need any software or anything if you go instant live. And that's what I ended up doing. I just wrote it down, hit the live button, and bam. And then I shared it to Facebook, hoping at least 1 or 2 people would come in. I was just trying to see if I could, do it, and people could see and talk to me like they are now. Why won't they let you go live? You can go live. You just have to do it on your computer, and in instant live. You just have to be on a regular computer. You have to have 1,000 to go live on your phone. That's all right. Yeah, I always take the tough paper route. I wanted to see, man. I wanted to, I've always wanted to build a car. I was like, I'm always in these dank holes at work, welding this big steel or a 600-pound steam line. And it's like, this ain't fun. This is fun. And it's like, yeah, I can weld good at sheet metal. It's not the same thing, but I can weld it. It's just metal. We'll cut it and beat on it and make it work. So far, so good. Fingers crossed, though, I got these ladder bars from Nikki's. I can't wait to put them on. I didn't know if you're putting ladder bars on yours. A lot of guys won't do it with springs. And then they have those ratcheting things you could use. Teinberg's old school. He told me how to do it. He's like, nope, don't do any of that. And I'm setting mine straight in there just like he does. It's got a hanger bar. And I think I'm going to have mine powder coated white. I want them to show underneath. I'm leaning towards a black car. And if I have a black car, I want white pipes. We'll see. I don't know. Sky's the limit. She might take over and tell me I have to paint it a certain color. And she holds all the money, so I might have to do what she says. I don't know. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Chris. Yeah, it is therapy. It is therapy. Yeah. And I tell you what, every part, I know where every rust patch on that frame is. I know where, every nook and cranny of the cars. I know right now I got the transmission hanging and I got the bar in there, but all 4 bolts are loose for the cross member. I didn't tighten them up yet. I just got them spun up in there. I guess I just didn't do it because I bought the 2 different transmission mounts, and I figured out which one I wanted, returned the other one, and I just never tightened them up yet. But I got to get under there. I still got to weld the crossbar for the ladder bars. They're bad to the bone, man. I don't know if you guys can see that right here. They got to be powder coated. The long boys, man. 5 feet. And they're going to be white underneath there, man. They're going to be tough. Because I didn't, John's like retiring, man. And I mean, I don't know if you guys know who he is, but if you looked his name up on the internet and checked out some of the cars he built, he's the guy that built that Ford Bird of Prey. And if you ever Googled like gassers, if you ever see that blue Nomad, he built that. The light blue Nash, he built that. The black and white 55 Chevy with the Nicky's emblem on it, he built that. There's a Bandit of Bone Nova, he built that. There's a museum about halfway up the turnpike, about 2.5, 3 hours from here. I think it's called Eaglesmere. You can Google it. I think it's called Eaglesmere. He's got at least 5 cars or 6 cars, maybe more, in a museum there. The guy, it's a private owner, but he made a car museum, and he'll let people in. He's got his own private airstrip. I think he just commissioned John to build him a bunch of cars. Old school stuff, man. Really cool stuff. Appreciate that, Auto Man. Yeah, I love them. I love them ladder bars. Blue windows, huh? See, I wasn't ready to commit on anything window-wise. So I got Auto City Glass, Tri-5 guy turned me on to him. I wasn't ready to commit to a color or a tint. So I just got clears for the side. I can always get that tint and add it later or have it professionally done. I'm just, it's still so much up in the air. I'm still in fabrication mode. And it's like, yeah, but I get it. You got a vision, man, and you're following it. That's really cool. Yeah, that's it too. And that's what Teinberg is, man. He's period correct. That's why I bought those last year. He still has a couple sets for sale. He's on, if you guys find my Facebook build page, he's on there. He'll comment every once in a while. And he's got a couple subframe kits left for sale. He's got a couple ladder bar sets left. I think he said he had 4 or 5 sets left. Yeah, I bought mine like a year ago because I knew he was getting ready to retire. And I mean, he's getting up there in years. I'm like, I got to get a pair. My wife's like, you better get them now. So I just said, John, just send them to me. He's so cool. He's like, he sent them to me before he even got the check. I mean, he's just a cool dude, man. He's top shelf. Hey, it's Andy's Doghouse, man. How you doing, man? Appreciate it. Yeah, yellow's pretty cool too. I like I said, I was like, the green is like period correct. You know, the old they and at Auto City Glass they offer the stock green look it used to have. I thought about it. I'm like, nah, let me go clear. Let me go clear because I can always have the tint added later. I'm not really sure. And like I said, she'll come out and bully me around and make me paint it some other color. I don't care about the color, man. I love the car. You know, it's going to have my stance. It's going to have my DNA. There's a lot of blood and sweat on that car. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it, Chevelle. I dig it. I can build too. I got all kinds of fabrication skills. I was a hall technician in the Navy, and that's what they are, structural steel fabricators. And I split my time between 11 Alpha, which was the ship fitter shop where we, built stuff, whatever anybody needed, and the pipe shop because I had code weld papers. So I was either in the pipe weld shop or over in the other shop working. Yes, that's right, Chris. Oh no, did you burn your seats up, Andy? What's up in smoke? Oh, I appreciate that, Chevelle. Yeah, man, thanks. Yeah, hey, man, they saved me. I was a mess when I was a kid. I was just a mess. I was a punk. And my mom, God love her, rest her soul. Her and my father were both Marine Corps, and that's where they met. And she, she basically, it didn't like it is nowadays. You guys all know that. My mom looked me square in the eye when I graduated from school. She said, "What are you doing? You ain't staying here." I said, "Well, I already signed up for the Navy, but I don't leave until November." She says, or I think it was December. She said, that's fine. You can stay, because I had a plan. If I didn't have a plan, you know how it was back then. You ain't staying here. You ain't going to be a bum. Yeah, so I cleaned my act up. And, the military, they gave me a profession. I still put food on my table from what I learned in the service, And my old man, I had some weld skills. Like I said, I was 12 years old, and his weld shop was directly across the street from the junior high school. And my brother went over there all the time because I was still in elementary school, and when my brother went to the high school for the intermediate over on the other side of town, I moved into the junior high, and we always had to go over to the shop and see if Dad needed anything before we went home. Mom and Dad were divorced, but if we didn't stop at that shop and see if he needed something, he'd stop by there and whoop your tail. That's cool. You got a couple boys, and both of them are Marines, Chris? Oh man, I appreciate that. Thank you, Autumn, man. Yeah, that's no bit. Like I said, they did more for me than I've ever done for them, and that's the truth, man. I fixed boats. I spent 2 years on a shore duty command welding pipe and structural steel out of a shipyard, and then I spent my second 2 years on what they call a tender, the USS Samuel Gompers, West Coast. And we went around the world. I was in Hong Kong. I spent 3 months in Yokosuka, Japan, fixing ships. The USS Blue Ridge, she's decommissioned now too. I worked on that boat for about 3 months. I spent a couple months in Guam fixing boats. And Sasebo, Japan, we spent quite a bit of time. Came back. Then I got out. My ship, they actually decommissioned it. And they sunk it a few years ago. There's actually a YouTube video of it being sunk. They took it down the West Coast through the canal, brought it up on the East Coast, took it out off the reef, and put a hole in her and put her down for a reef. Samuel Gompers is at the bottom of the ocean. I called that place home for a little while. Right on, brother. I hear you, Chevelle. All right. Hey, he's serving, right? Guy from work, his kid just went into the Air Force, left last week. All his papers got put on hold. They finally took him, because of the COVID. He was looking forward to going. Yeah, them kids got ripped off that graduated this past year. So that kid he was raring to go. He wanted to go, at least do something. Yeah, John, it's funny story. I wasn't even looking. In one of them Facebook groups, a car popped up. I tried to buy it. I told the wife, I said, "There's another 55." I said, "It doesn't look too bad." She said, "Well, if you want it, get it." And I was just going to put it in storage and wait. Yeah, I'm going to do another one. I know my way around them now, and it's like I could actually be helpful to somebody now. I mean, I've never built a car. I'm making that perfectly clear. So when one of you guys might see me doing something wrong, say something, dude. If you don't say something, I'm going to figure it out and have to do it again anyway. It's my first time, man, and now I know every nook and cranny with these things, man. I made one huge mistake. Was I should have put, and it's the most what do you want to say, simplest thing I should have just did. I should have put the firewall in before I put the floor in. But see, I had when I put this video up that I'm making with all the pictures, you'll kind of understand why my brain went wrong. Because I had nothing in this car. Both inside quarters were cut out. The floor, the trunk pan was cut out. It had a square frame holding it all together. And the only thing left from it was the old firewall. And when I took the frame and I bolted the new floor down to it, bolted the new trunk pan down to the frame, pushed it up under the car, and wiggled it up in. And the car moved around and bloop, it dropped. As soon as it dropped in, I used the firewall to line it up in the front, and then everything else I just kind of lined it up with the inside quarters where where the pinch the lip is, the pinch where you put all your spot welds. I just started welding, man. and then the front I just had clamped, and when I unclamped it, then I cut the firewall out, and I'm like, how the heck am I going to get this new firewall in? I actually had to fold the driver's side corner, just the one little piece folded in a little bit. It slipped in, and then I slid it back and hammered it out with a dolly. Nobody will ever know, but put the firewall in first, and I put it in after I put the floor in, and that was a mistake. That was one mistake I learned a lesson on, but I won't do that twice. But yeah, I can't. I'm gonna tomorrow. I'm starting to put all the pictures up into the internet, or excuse me, into the computer, so I can make the video like I did with the Nikki one, like a flashback of what I did. Son's retired Coast Guard. Yeah, I had some buddies that were in the Coast Guard. Right on, brother. The Japanese sunk my wife's grandfather's ship Kamikaze. Damn. Did he make it? Or was he shark food? I mean, they did that to a couple boats. I read a story. What was the name of the boat where the guys, they were in the water for a few days before they were found, and sharks were taking one guy after the other? Horror story, man. Buchanan, yeah. Yeah, it is a live and learn thing. Chevelle, you're right, brother. Hey, man, you need any questions, John? Just ask. Best thing I could tell you is go back and look at some of the videos. Some of the stuff I had to learn as I went. Like I was telling these guys earlier, I had to replace 2 foot of frame. I found out the car was quartered late. That's where it got its name, Sad News. But that's the only time this car is ever going to tell me sad news. And then we're going to deliver it. I'm going to put sad news you lose across that trunk. And just for a gag, I'm going to put condolence cards in the glove compartment. Sorry about your recent loss. At the track to hand out in case I win. I doubt it. I don't know how to race, but if I happen to win, hand the guy a card and hope I don't get socked in the nose. Yo, what's going on, Tri-5 guy? Hey, everybody, that's Tri-5 guy. That's the guy I was telling you about. He's going to help me with them windows. He's one of the main reasons I got this internet ran out to the garage. We're going to kind of collaborate on some video together. Everything's going great, brother. Hope you got my message. I messaged you. I figured you were busy because I messaged you as soon as I figured I'd try this live out and see how it worked. I'm surprised YouTube hasn't kicked me off yet, because they usually say they restrict. Maybe it's only for a scheduled one. It's restricted to an hour. Because I watched a couple videos on how to do it. We've been on 1 hour and 18 minutes, and they still letting me do it. That's cool. I figured you were busy, man. You got a lot of running around you're doing. I saw that truck you're getting ready to work on. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but John Morris, if I could help you, 55, 56 are the same thing. If I could help you with something I did, I'll try to explain it to you. This guy right here that just got in here, the Tri-5 guy, he knows he could help you. Check his channel out too. Like I said, Chris is building one. And then we got another buddy, Mike, he's building one. And, you can pick up a lot from what other people are doing, Like I said, I bought the side windows, the side glass and rubber for this because the Tri-5 guy, I seen his video and talked to him, and I'm going to try it. He's going to try to talk me through it and help me with it. Aren't you, Fiano? Buddy. My main man. I ain't even taking that stuff out of the box yet, brother. I'm going to try to do this back channel window this weekend. I've had that for over a year. I was telling these guys, I'm going to try to because now that I'm comfortable with where the trunk is, I think I'm going to go ahead and nail down that package tray because it's only screwed in. So are the hinges, but everything seems to be lined up pretty good. So I'm just going to zap it up. I don't think it's going to get any better. Man, that'll be cool. That'd be awesome if you could come down. And even if you can't, like I was saying, man, we could live stream it. You could talk me through it. You get some content, I get some knowledge, and maybe a little tiny bit of, you know what I mean? We could both get a little bit out of it, you know? I'd appreciate it. Whatever we'll do what we can, brother. You know, we'll do the best we can. I got this TV. I got to figure out how to link this up to the TV. And then I get the big TV up, and I got to figure out how to bring the other camera in. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, but like I said, you got to bear with me. I'm a caveman on a rocket ship. I'm lucky I was able to do this. I made it this far. We're going to keep going. Yo, what's up, man? What's going on, brother? Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. You know what, man? You'll get it. Like I said, I don't what kind of machine you have. MIG is the easiest if you're just beginning, and I recommend you use gas. Flux core, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a little dirtier process, and gas is the way to go for now. You know, you'll get it. I mean, it's plug weld. You know, I guess about I don't know, some holes I use a little bigger than other, but I average a little more than 3/16 and just about every inch and a half. And I tell you that new mode I found on that welder over there, I can't say enough about it. I was showing these guys earlier. This is a dirty looking weld because I just was starting out, but you can't break that. And there's no filler wire or nothing. It just point the tungsten on it, push the button, and it flashes, and you get a tack. I never did that until the other night. Okay, Eastwood's a good company, and now 1/3. Your machine's better than mine. See this? See this right here? My father-in-law gave me this. It's a Lincoln, but it's a 100. So your 135, you could do a little heavier metal. You could do a little heavier metal than me on that. Now over there, I got that Eastwood Digital 200 TIG. Man, that's a nice machine. I think you can get them for $800 now. I might have paid $900 for mine because my buddy Guy, his sister works there, and she alerted him that they were having a sale, and it was the same weekend they were having. It was a floor model stuff, but she's like, "Look, there's 3 or 4 of these up here." So he bought one, and I bought one, and we went to the car show. So, you know, Eastwood's a good company, man. They're solid, man. They're good people. And that machine you got, yeah, 110 is fine. That's what that 100 is. The TIG unit's 240. I got that over there. That's why I keep that on that side of the shop. You'll notice I'm building the shop area over here. I got the compressor. I think once everything's done, I'll move it over here because this garage is actually just in my backyard. There's no driveway to it or nothing. I got a double gate. When I get the car in and out, I'd like to use this door over here, but I use this as the shop side right now because I got the welding machine and everything over there. Well, I guess once the car's done, I'll move everything around. But yeah, the Eastwood, is it the 135? It's gas, right? You got gas? Yeah, it's gas. It's like 75, 25, 75 argon, 25 carbon dioxide. Yeah. Keep your flow as long as you're inside. Keep your flow. Get a good flow meter. Keep it around 15. You'll be fine.
Yeah, get it. I know you just have the regular gauge ones. They just give, or did they give you the flow meter with the little ball? Like, does it have a glass with a little ball that floats in there, or is it just two gauges? See how mine has that little tower on it? That they're cheap. If they might have gave you one with the machine, because my TIG came with a flow meter. But sometimes they just give you a regular regulator valve, and they're not really that good, and it chugs your gas. But if you get a flow meter, you can control the gas a little bit better, and it will. Just doing that will drastically improve your welding. You know. Okay, so yours is just two gauges. So if you go like 4 videos ago, I did. It's not a very popular video. I think it only had like 100 views or something like that, 110 views. It's about flow meters. You don't even have to watch the video if you don't want, but go to the description and there's a link to the Amazon where I bought that flow meter. Just buy that. It's perfectly fine. And you'll get all the little fittings to put it together. And what I do is I shut the flow meter all the way off. When I turn the gas on, the bottle on, when I get it ready to go, and I shut the flow meter all the way off. Then I squeeze the trigger and just crack it open until the ball comes up to 15. And as long as you're inside and there's no wind, that's where you want to be. All right. I use 023 wire. I always buy the wire with the copper on it because, to protect against rust. I'm in a very humid area. I have to take every precaution I can. My TIG wire, everything I buy it, it's got the real thin. I don't know if I have a piece laying here or not. I mean, like here's a piece of TIG wire. It's copper colored because it has that real thin copper on it just to protect it from surface rust. Okay, well, John, if you watched it, if you go to the description for the video, there's a link for that flow meter. It's worth the money. I can't remember. I don't even think I paid $30 for it. I can't remember. It was $15, $20. It's worth the money. It will, it'll save you. And even you'll be like, well, the weld's only marginally better, or I can't really tell. The amount of gas you save, it's worth it. Just saving the gas. Cool. Yeah, check it out. All right, cool. Yeah. You got any videos, John? Cool. You got any videos of your car, your 56? Yeah, it's sometime. Hey, man, any of you guys that have a YouTube account like this, and even if you don't want to have a regular channel, you can use your cell phone is good enough to walk around a car and just walk around, even if you don't want to talk, and just point it at the car and walk it around, and then upload the video and say, yeah, I got a video, even if it's only 30 seconds long, and then everybody can see your car. That's how I started out. Like I said, I was just logging my car build, and people started coming in, and I was like, man, this is really cool. So now I'm trying to build it up, and I want to have some fun with it. I'm having a really nice time just sitting here talking to all you guys. That's cool. That's all right. I wonder where Mike is. I thought maybe he'd sneak in for a minute. Man, he's got a regular machine shop in his garage. He bought himself a lathe. He had an end mill. My man, he's a regular machinist. Yeah, it's fun, dude. Like I said, and you know what?
purists can't really get on my case. I mean, they can't anyway because it's your car. They can say what they want. My car should have went to the crusher, so nobody can say anything to me. It's like, dude, this was a quartered car, and you know. So if anybody ever asks, well, what'd you do that to it for? You know what? Go back and look. It's my car, first of all, but second of all, nobody would have even tried to mess with this thing. I mean, it needed everything. I built a whole new coach. He sure does. He sure does, Fiona. He's got some stuff, man. Well, you could tell he's one of them old dirt track race guys. He's got race cars laying around there. He said he was building that gasser for a pro tour. That I guess COVID killed that. Oh yeah. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, it sure did, man. Look, it's bad. It's one of them things. I'm trying not to be political on this and that, but man, I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't want to get into all that. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming in, Otto, man. I appreciate you, brother. I really do. Thanks for stopping in. I was telling these guys, John, I'm not sure. I mean, the missus might come out here and throw her. She's gonna win. I'm building it. The color, I would like maybe black, but everybody's black, so she's not gonna really go for that. And she's gonna hand paint graphics on there. I mean, hey, vinyl's cool and all that stuff, but it's not old school. And that's why I got her practicing. I'm like, look, practice on all my old panels. Like she's gonna fill that door up. It's too hot for her right now, but she's doing it. She'll come out and do a coat on that toolbox, and then she takes it in the house so it don't get dust on it. And then I got a whole nother door for her to practice on over there. That door's cool enough. I'm gonna hang it up on the wall, man. That straightforward Mr. Horsepower straight. That thing's bad to the bone. I think I'm going to make her put that on the hood of my car right in the front, I don't know. We'll see. Let's start. She's like, well, we got to lay everything out. So we'll see how everything looks, But yeah, color, I'm not sure. Who'd they cut off? They cut me off? Yeah, flake. Yeah, we need some flake. Absolutely. It's going to have some flake in it. Whatever color it is, it's going to have flake in it. But like I say, that the bottom, the underneath stuff, I think anything that's going to show, I'm probably going to have painted white. That's old school, like my ladder bars, my headers. I'm thinking about making an oven for my headers. I don't want to say an oven, a hot box. Like a plywood box, and then putting a heat gun in there so that I can preheat these things up and put that ceramic coating on there. So I don't have to spray it on in the engine bay and that messy stuff. They want you to heat it up and bring it down. I saw where a couple guys were building little heat boxes and using a heat gun to get it up to like 500 degrees and, spraying them and then bringing it back down. I mean, it's not regular powder coating or nothing like that, but all they did was use that, what's that, VHC spray, header treatment or whatever it is, ceramic paint. That's all they did. I might try it, see if it works. All right, cool. Oh, it's not live no more. It's still saying live up in my corner. That sucks. All right, well, look, man, I'm going to head in the house anyway. I really appreciate you guys showing up to show your support, man. I'm trying to just make this little channel work, and you guys make it all worthwhile, man. I really appreciate everybody. Karaoke is awesome. They make air dry stuff that's over 100 degrees. I'm going to look at that, Chevelle. I'll go back to this video, even though it's live, and I don't got a pen right now. I'm going to write that down. I appreciate that. All right, guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and tune out now, man. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate all of you. All right, I'll check it out, brother. Take care.